everyone. I'm the producer, Mary Ginther.
And I'm the director, Hannah Palmer.
Thank you so much for joining us on this Women Tell All Zoom. I'm super duper excited to see how this goes. What do you think, Hannah?
It's going to be interesting, especially being over Zoom, but I think this is what it needs to see to get a final wrap on the show.
I agree. So let's meet our first girl to come in, if she comes in. Love the internet. Here she is. Hello.
Hi, Lauren.
Do you want to say a little bit about yourself, reintroducing yourself to the Fratchelor audience?
I'm Lauren. I am a senior. I was on the first episode but got kicked off, and I've been a part of Cable 8 for a while, and I'm really excited for tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you so much for joining us. Very excited. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good. Are you ready for all the tea tonight?
Heck yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
By her bathroom floor.
All right. Here's our gorgeous friend, Mackenzie. Do you want to reintroduce yourself to the Fratchelor audience?
I'm Kenzie. I was on the Fratchelor.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you want to reintroduce yourself to the audience?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Bailey McCoy, junior studying political science pre-law.
Perfect. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah. Nervous at all? Is anyone nervous? No one should be, but also should be.
I'm nervous.
All right. Hello.
Hi.
You want to reintroduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, I'm Kat.
All right, Kat. And are you excited for tonight?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Nervous at all?
Not really.
It's gonna be fun. I'm interested to hear some answers. I know Hannah is also very interested to hear some answers.
Yes.
And the audience, I'm sure this will be a nice little wrap up of everything. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you want to reintroduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Nikki. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Are you excited for tonight, Nikki?
I'm super excited, actually.
Hello.
Oh.
Do you want to reintroduce yourself to the audience, Bella?
Yeah, hi, I'm Bella. Let's see, I got kicked off the last episode, and that's my story. I was on the first season and the second season, and here we are.
Do you think you're going to confront Eddie about why he didn't talk to you about the littling situation after episode 3?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like, I keep trying to talk to him about being my little, and he literally will just, like, brush it off. He will not acknowledge it. So, I'm not really sure.
Hey, Alex.
Alex.
All right, do you want to reintroduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, that sounds good. So, if you haven't watched yet, you should. But I'm Alex. I'm the skier chick. That's kind of all I've been known for. It's a good time. Good time.
And I saw Katie just joined. Katie, do you want to reintroduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Katie. I was very clumsy on the episodes, and I'm excited to be here.
Hey, Tatum. Do you want to reintroduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Tatum. I'm here from Pullman, my apartment, so glad to be here.
Awesome. And then Hannah just joined. Hey, Hannah.
Hi,
How are you guys?
Good. Do you want to reintroduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. I am Hannah. I'm 21 from Seattle. I'm a apparel merchandise major. Go Cougs.
Awesome. Yeah, so for all of you in the audience out there who haven't seen episode 3, Hannah, can you tell them what you did on episode 3?
I turned my dear Alex's one-on-one on a two-on-one. But no one goes home. Except Eddie. No, it's just the two. No, I joined halfway through the season and really put a wrench in people's plans. That's me. Sorry.
But you did a great job. And finally, we have Issa. Issa just joined. Hi, Issa.
Hi.
You want to remind our viewers who you are?
I'm Issa.
You're Issa. I love it.
Iconic.
Kiersey, you want to remind the Fratchelor audience who you are?
Kiersey. I was on episode 1. That was about it.
All right, cool. So I have a question specifically for Bella.
Oh.
So how was this season different from season 1, in your opinion?
Oh, it's so different. The whole vibe of the cast, the crew, the Fratchelor, very different. So I felt like this time around it was very well organized, and I felt like everyone really had a fair shot. Last time politics were game played a little, and a lot of the stuff got super twisted. The lines were pretty blurred. And there were no set rules, so we went crazy last season, which I mean, is entertaining, right? But this just had a whole different feeling in general. I'd say the Fratchelor himself was very, very, very different than the last Fratchelor, so that set the tone, I think, for the girls as well. And leadership was really great, so great job, guys.
Thank you. I think
really
great
awesome.
job to all of you ladies too. You guys did a great job. I know the audience was very entertained by all of you. So I have a question for Let's Go Nikki. Just for Nikki. I know that you said you were getting frustrated with Tatum stealing some of Eddie's time during episode 3 and a couple other times throughout the season. What did you think? How do you feel now, like watching yourself back on YouTube and everything?
I think what I thought in the moment was justified because I mean, at the time we only had like 30 minutes for all of us to talk to him. And a lot of the time I would only be able to talk to him for 30 seconds. And in 30 seconds, you can't really say much. But looking back on it and like watching it, I was like, slow your roll, lady. Like, shut up. But it's okay.
Are you talking about slow your roll to yourself or slow your roll to Tatum?
No, me.
I mean, like, I probably should have, but
And then, Tatum, how did you feel watching yourself back sometime?
It's definitely weird to see yourself like on the screen like that, but it was like the situations that I thought were like more important and stuff to me, like when we're filming and stuff, and then we'll go and watch it, it's like it was like a little bit different and stuff, so it was like a little bit easier for me to like watch myself because I don't know, it was entertaining, that's for sure. So my family loved it, I loved it. But
Awesome. No, I'm glad. So for the audience, you all don't know what happened. We filmed some of episode 4 already. Hopefully we'll be able to show you guys some of it someday in the future on YouTube. And some of the things we filmed a group date where Tatum and Issa got in a little fight. Can you guys talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I guess I'll just start. It was like a Jeopardy format or whatever. It's like, fun facts about Eddie, the girls and stuff like that. And so one of the prompts was, Mark asked the question, who do you think is here for the wrong reasons? And immediately Issa like went with a little buzzer. Everyone did but me, because I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, we kind of looked at each other first, then Issa pressed the buzzer. Then she said my name. We just kind of stood there for a second, and then I was very shocked. I said some words, but yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
What was going through my head was just the drama that was going on with like you and another guy. Like that's all that was going through my head, and I was so hesitant to answer. Like,
no, I saw like your hesitation. You were like, wait.
And then and I was like so shy about it. I remember like when I buzzed, I was like, oh no, what did I do? What did I do? And then I said your name like as quietly as I could, but oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, looking back on it now, I think it's hilarious because like the real answer was there's no right answer, so it's just like.
Yeah, no. In the moment, I was so stressed. I was just thinking, oh my gosh, she's gonna hate me now. I'm gonna look like a terrible person on the show. But I'm now, like looking back, like you said, it's so funny. It's hilarious.
I think it is too, but yeah, so.
So I know we all had, especially I guess episode 2, there was a lot of Tatum drama. How did everyone, especially for the girls who weren't involved / weren't on the show anymore, what did you guys think about all the Tatum drama? Was there too much? Should we have focused on something else? What did you guys think?
Can I say something?
Yes.
I don't know if this is like fair game, but basically like I was in Whistler when all this was happening, so I didn't really know what was going on, but I kept hearing like how everyone was getting down on Tatum for, you know, kissing this other guy. But Eddie knew, and then he continued on to kiss Tatum, and no one talked about that. And I don't know if I'm allowed to bring that up, but like,
oh, that's okay. You're
a little bit of like blame should definitely go to Eddie. Not like Tatum was ripped for that, and that was like kind of fair, but also Eddie should have been low-key ripped for that too, because he had equal part in it. After he knew that Tatum was with another guy, he was like, oh, I'm so upset, and then he literally proceeded to kiss her the next night. And like we were all pretty pissed at Eddie because, you know, we were all dating him at the time. And so I'm saying that some of the blame should have not just been on Tatum. And I think that was really unfair that was never portrayed.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's all good now. It was definitely, I'm going to say there was a lot of parts that were filmed that weren't shown on the episode, you know? It was really rough for me because I've never been in a situation, like, no one's been in this situation before, but I've never been in this, like, situation where I had, like, so much, like, I'm not going to say hate, but it was just, like, so much, like, negativity or just, like, all this just, like, focused on me, you know? And I was just, like, the target of everything. So it was definitely, like, overwhelming, but, like, we all moved past it, you know? Everyone talked through it and stuff, and, like, we're good now. But I'll just say, like, in that moment, like, it felt really real and it felt really intense. So,
and the thing is, you owned up to it and we all forgave you, but Eddie never owned up to it. So like that's my rant.
You guys think Eddie should have handled the situation differently?
I mean, I feel like he could have handled it with a little more grace, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, like, he was frustrated and upset, and understandably, but at the same time, I was owning up to everything and I was doing my best, but it just felt like he was still, like, pissed at me, you know? And it just kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but it's okay. I mean, you know, you live and you learn, so.
No, yeah, for sure. And then, so let's like get away from the drama for a sec. Do you guys think, like, did any of you have any interest or genuine connection? Did you guys see any of you guys see yourself with Eddie at the end of this?
I think I did.
Good.
Yeah, I thought he was really genuinely nice and so cute. And perfect.
How's everyone doing?
Hi, Eddie.
Good.
Yeah. Just talking about you.
Just talking about me behind my back. It's okay.
Well, I mean, the show is about you, so
I understand that part.
Eddie, how about you reintroduce yourself for our audience?
Hi, I'm Eddie Ross. I'm a sophomore here at Wazoo. I'm a Fratchelor.
Perfect. Okay. So, let's keep going along. Let me throw out a question from a fan that we have gotten. Let me find it. Okay, so a question that I know we all know the answer to. Eddie, what's your zodiac sign?
Cancer.
I was born July 6th, so.
He's a goddamn Cancer, and he shows it.
And then,
aggressive, but that's okay.
I have from an audience member. Eddie, and this is for Eddie, who do you think you had the best connection with out of all the girls?
Being honest, just because I've had a lot of just like deep conversations with this girl, probably Issa. During filming, there was one time that, I mean, girls were just blocked out, and then because we were having like a deep conversation, and like, I mean, I kept kicking girls out just because I didn't want to like break that, and like it was pretty deep. So.
So a question I have for everyone: How did you guys think about, what did you guys think about the addition of Hannah to the show?
Oh, I loved it. Okay, so like when we were on our one-on-one, right, and Hannah came in and interrupted, so they don't show any of, it was kind of funny because like she came in and interrupted, and there's a reason they don't really show any of the footage from that. It's because me and Hannah like hit it off. Like we're from similar like hometowns that are really close to each other. Like we just started asking the right questions, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I interrupted your date. You were like my favorite on the show." And I was like, "I love this girl. This chick is amazing." Who like, and it's just, I swear, all the footage is just me and Hannah talking to each other, and Eddie's just sitting there.
Just kind of just like listening to you guys' conversation. But they also didn't get your reaction because once you came back, I saw your first reaction of like Hannah in your spot, and that was kind of funny to watch.
And then, Hannah, how did you feel about being the new girl? Obviously, your time was cut short because of all of this. How did you feel about being the new girl being thrown into this show?
I was kind of really stressed because like I had been watching from the sidelines, like I was even at a shoot or two beforehand, and I was kind of like, you poor girls, like I'm so sorry. This seems fun, but yikes. Because I was there when Tatum was crying, so I was like,
She gave me water. It was really sweet. I was like, oh.
And then like a day before I got the call, and it was like, hey, come to this one restaurant. And I'm like, okay. And so I got ready, and I was stressed, but I had so much fun with Eddie and all the girls. I love all the girls so much.
And then, so let's take it back to night one. With the whole voting situation, because I know that was one of the more controversial things we did this season, I should say. What were your guys' opinions on that?
I hated it.
That was crazy. It was like so stressful.
I mean, I didn't like the idea of it, and I remember at one point, I can't remember who, but one of the girls suggested, they were like, what if each girl just votes for herself? Because then they can't kick off.
I voted for myself.
Yeah, because I think like we all didn't think that it was our decision. It should be Eddie's decision. So we didn't want someone to get sent home in that way because we just didn't think it would be fair.
And we didn't want to stand in the way of someone that Eddie would have really liked. It's this whole thing at the beginning, at least, we were very focused on our own relationship with him. And I think putting other people in that relationship kind of messed it all up and took away the heart of it. So yeah, we were all really disappointed in that, especially since we all bonded so well. It was hard to think about voting someone off.
And I think the girls were really mature about it too. I remember at one point before the final answer was revealed, Kim went up to me and she was like, "Hey Eddie, this is what's happening, by the way. But we feel like if someone's like or whoever gets voted off, I feel like you should have a veto in it and like give your own input because I feel like it's your choice." And that was really mature that all of you guys collectively decided that.
So Lauren, this is a question just for you, how did you feel about getting sent home night one? And then Kenzie, you can answer this as well.
Honestly, I was more embarrassed than sad. It was just like I took a big jump to go on this show and put myself out there, and it put me really out of my comfort zone. And I think just thinking about how like I was only there for one night and then it just ended kind of made me feel a little embarrassed. None of my family know that I did this. I don't want them watching me doing this. We're very conservative. Well, not conservative. We're very closed off, I would say. So yeah, I was mostly just embarrassed because it was like my first boyfriend and we only dated for a day and then he broke up with me on television. So it was, yeah, I think it was more embarrassing than anything. But the support I got from people, just like from me walking down the street and people saying like, you should have gone farther and like, we really liked you and things like that really helped my self-esteem. And you know, I think it was a good experience overall, whether it ended badly or not. It's been fun. I had a good time that one day.
What do you think, Kenzie? How did you feel?
Bro, at first I was pissed. I was so mad. I was like, this boy really kicked me off. He's looking like this man. I was so mad. I was so mad. But now, looking back, like, I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm so glad I was kicked off, because now I'm like, I don't even want to date him. Like, I think we're just, no, like, in the best way. I think we're friends. I think we're really good friends. And
I agree with you on that. Like, you and I have definitely got a lot better friendship.
Yeah, I think it's better, because, like, we, like, talked more, and we, like, hung out as friends, and it was so great. And, like, I was done with the competition with all of these other beautiful women, which I was like, oh my God, I don't stand a chance. I would send me home too. But I think, honestly, just being a part of the show was so great. And that one night, like, I had so much fun. And now I'm friends with everyone. And Eddie and I have a really close friendship. So I'm really glad that everything happened, and everything happens for a reason.
Bella, I see you raising your hand. Why are you raising your hand?
Kindergarten class again.
Okay, Eddie, this is a question for you. Why won't you be my little?
Wait, what was it?
So, but Eddie, Bella wants to know why you don't want to be her little.
Well, I never, like, technically said no.
You never,
Why did you never raise the question?
I don't know, I think it's kind of funny.
You've been dodging it for weeks.
You've been dodging it.
The other day, and
You were little.
Connection was fuzzy.
So Eddie, Bella, ask him right now.
Eddie, will you be my little?
And Eddie,
Sure,
what
I'll
are
be
you
your little.
Thank God.
That's what we want to see.
Great.
For everyone, I'm done now.
Celebrate.
Charm. Fratchelor is bringing families together. That's great. So my next question is for everyone, maybe a little geared more towards Eddie. So Katie got the most immunity cups out of everyone. Why did that bother anyone? Eddie, why'd you do it? Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Me?
Yeah.
So I think you got 3, right? So, okay, the first one wasn't planned at all. So that was the girl's decision. Second one was for, what was the second one? Painting.
Group date, yeah.
Group date, and then also a third one I gave her on the one-on-one date. So I guess those 3 weren't necessarily my choice. I mean, I'm glad that she got them either way, because she's a great person, and I took on the one-on-one date in the end. So I mean, I think it worked out well.
That one absolutely was your choice.
One-on-one it was.
The
Your choice.
The
The painting one, and then the other one wasn't.
Yeah, the first one wasn't, but
The first one wasn't, but the other 2 are, unless
Yeah.
No, the second one wasn't on me, remember?
No, the second
I
one.
was trying to paint my best rainbow, and I
couldn't decide
I'm
which
not
one
gonna
from their
draw it.
group like had the best painting.
Yeah, so I didn't vote on the last one.
So
Okay.
no one was upset because they weren't genuine cups. They
Well,
were
one was.
One was a genuine cup. That's why I took you on the one-on-one date. No,
Yeah,
all of them were genuine.
I think I saw Hannah raising her hand. Hannah, do you have something to add?
Well, Eddie, you say it wasn't your decision. Who would you have picked for those immunity cups?
Every scenario is honestly different. So like at the moment in time, I don't remember who I'd have given to him. I'm glad they went to Katie, but I don't know who I would have picked, because I'm also going into this blind too. So I guess most of the things that I like look for was just effort and seeing like who like actually wanted to try and like wanted to do the best.
For sure. So this is to everyone, including Eddie. What do you guys think was some unnecessary drama that happened in front of or behind the camera that you feel didn't need to happen?
Me coming on.
I think the game changer comment that we all thought Eddie said on his own was some unnecessary drama, because then watching episode 3 back, we realized that Eddie was asked if Hannah was a game changer and he said yes. And then it was phrased to us that Eddie said that she was a game changer directly. So there was like a lot of drama about that because we were all freaking out because, oh my God, he called her a game changer. But then he just said, yes, you know, she could be one. So that was like a little bit of freak out, you know, that I don't think needed to happen. But I mean, like for the show, yes, it did. But, you know.
Lauren, I saw you raise your hand. What's up?
Well, as a member of the audience for that episode, I don't know why the word game changer would be so drama filled or offensive, because it was a game changer. Like, Hannah changed the game. Like, adding someone new changes pretty much everything.
That's
and
true.
adds more drama and, you know, context and
some spice
or something. I don't know. Like, I just didn't get why the word game changer was so you know, offensive.
Eddie, do you want to talk about that moment that we filmed about what was happening when we filmed that?
Yeah, so I remember I got pulled off for a confessional, and then you were just shooting me questions and stuff like that. And at one point, you're like, "Oh, do you think she's a game changer?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I think she's a game changer. Like, I think Hannah's pretty cute. Like, I mean, so do all the girls. But yeah, she just got out of the game, so she's a game changer." And then I was like, "Wait, was I supposed to say that on camera?" And then I was like, "No, cut that." Like, because I didn't know what the response was.
Yeah, no, I think my favorite moments from the season was when I wasn't gonna include that because he didn't know that we were filming, and we had just started filming it, and I asked him, Eddie, do you think that Hannah's a game changer? And then his response was, oh yeah, and then I cut the part because right after I started to ask him another question, he said, oh wait, are we filming? And then I said yeah, and then he freaked out. So
and a big deal.
Yeah, so I feel like that definitely for Eddie it was because this was a new girl that we had brought on. Surprise. Another surprise we throw at you, so sorry.
Love the surprise. It's a love-hate relationship with the surprises on the show.
Yeah, no, we had a couple more planned, but it's okay. So Eddie, here's the question I know everyone is probably dying to know. If we had made it to the final episode, who would your two girls have been?
So just two?
Just two. And this does not include Mark, the host. Mark cannot.
Dang it!
So, in all honesty, top two would have been Issa and Katie.
Issa and Katie?
That was in my bracket. I had that in my bracket.
So, why do you say Issa and Katie?
So Issa, like I said before, her and I had like genuine, really good conversations that like I think built something off of it. Like, I mean, from first meeting her. And then went really well. I got to know her super well. She told me a part of herself that I feel like she wouldn't be comfortable sharing with everyone, so I really like enjoyed that. And same with Katie. That same mocktail party, her and I also got to like a pretty deep conversation. And then the same thing kind of happened that I was kicking girls off just because I didn't want to interrupt what she was saying, what I was saying. So just based off the connections and how personal we got.
So I'll go to Issa and Katie. So in response to what Eddie said that you guys would be the final two, what do you guys think about that? When he said that you would be his final two.
I don't know. Like, I'm a very competitive person, so it definitely like feels good to know I'm at least like final two, you know, and having the other person be Katie, or honestly just any of the other gals, such an honor, honestly. Like, they're all so great, and knowing Katie like pretty well and stuff, like it would have been fun. It would have been really good, and it's just exciting to know.
And Katie, what did you think?
I honestly, I was like so like happy in hearing that, and it's just like Issa saying, like, you know, like this wasn't like a competition, and I think that it would have been a lot of fun moving forward.
So Eddie, a big, possibly embarrassing question I'm going to ask right now. So sorry, my king. Do you see yourself attempting to continue any of these relationships, or trying to restart any of these relationships?
It's hard because I'm in Pullman, and like right now there's not many people that are in Pullman. And also that so for the longest time I was not able to talk to any of the girls, and you know that. So because the way I like to start a relationship is that, talk to them, get to know them, and then see where things go from there, whether they end up being a friend or whether they be like more than that after that. That's how I like to start relationships, and it was hard just because I wasn't able to talk to any of the girls. After the show, I am able to talk to some of them. I guess I have all the contacts, so potentially, yeah.
You can just hit us all up one by one, just
hit us with that. You
Never break up for the rest of the girls.
I noticed you dodged my question a bit. You didn't say who you would want to continue the relationship with.
That's putting me on the spot.
I am. You're the Fratchelor.
This is the women tell all and the freshman tells all, so.
Or I can put you, Eddie, if you want to think about it.
Which ways?
Are there any girls that would want to continue their relationship with Eddie, or restart their relationship with Eddie?
Like romantically?
He's my little now.
Well, Eddie, how about what do you think? Is there any relationship you're interested in pursuing with any of these wonderful ladies in front of you?
Probably my top two again. Issa
Katie and Issa?
Katie, yeah.
Ooh. Well, we'll see. I'll leave Katie and Issa if you guys want to answer that.
I think what's hard is, like Eddie was saying, is inside the show, we're not allowed to have much contact outside the show to actually get to know each other. And when we were doing so, it was in the midst of like all of us being there because we all were bonding, becoming friends, like all that. And there wasn't really any time to make like genuine connection or really focus in because it was everyone. And it's really hard to like do that when there's so many people involved.
So Eddie, how do you feel about being chosen to be the Fratchelor? Do you think you did a good job? Do you feel like you're happy that you went through this process?
First
how do you feel?
That was so awkward. I had no idea what to say.
Hey, how are you?
So back to the like
doing?
Earlier, but my parts weren't scripted like at all. So I had to like come up with something. And I remember at one point when we were filming, one of the camera guys. So Bella, this is when I was talking to you.
Oh.
He goes, yeah, after that conversation, like you could tell your brain just turned off like completely. And I was like, yep, that, yeah. So I feel like after I got used to like being on camera. I got more comfortable. I remember, I think Alex and I's date, that's when I felt like I was like more comfortable being around the camera, more comfortable just talking. First episode was like, I was nervous. So
I think we were all nervous on the first episode.
We were all really awkward.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was nerve-wracking walking down there.
Do you remember my famous quote? Yeah, that was really embarrassing and awkward.
I felt like the most quoted person is Kenzie.
Literally so cute.
So to you ladies, any of you are you guys happy that you chose this experience, or do any of you regret doing this experience?
No regrets. No.
I'm so glad I did it. Like I just like it really brought me out of my comfort zone, and I'm just so glad that we're all friends. Like these girls are so amazing. Like Eddie is amazing. Like I'm glad we've all gotten to know each other. Like even after it ended, which I'm sad it ended early just because I wanted to see like where it was gonna go, but I don't regret it. Like I would do it again. So
yeah. This honestly healed me from last time.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. No, I have to agree. Like, this was such an amazing experience, and I feel so blessed that I was one of the girls chosen to be on it out of like all the people that auditioned and stuff, and it really was a blessing just meeting everyone and Eddie and the producers and directors and all the crew and everything too. Just like a big thanks to everyone out there who worked behind the scenes and you don't see, because they worked their butts off for this show, and they deserve like all the praise and everything, because
I also feel like within the show, like everyone, doesn't matter if they were cast, crew, producer, director, whoever it was, everyone was so kind throughout the whole experience and so just, I don't know, welcoming, and just wanted to have like fun, and made this experience just so much fun. And I'm getting emotional now.
A big hug to everybody. I'll just like hug my computer.
So finally, so the question that I know my assistants and my director and I dread, and I'm not saying this would actually happen, but I'll ask it to Eddie first. If there were to be a Fratchelorette next semester, who out of this group would you expect to be the Fratchelorette? Aside from the two girls it could be the two girls that you would have in the finals, but clearly you were more interested in them. So aside from them, who would you expect to see as the Fratchelorette if we were to do it?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a general
Long pause.
As to Eddie's.
Well, I mean, like we said in the last live stream, Bella, I think would be like great. Like, I think it'd be funny just seeing her as Fratchelorette, like, you know, like ripping guys left and right. I feel like it'd be fun.
She's afraid of boys,
So I'll ask that same question to all the ladies. Do you guys see yourself being the Fratchelorette? Do you see a different lady being the Fratchelorette?
Well, it would be so much fun to be a Fratchelorette, but I don't think I would do it because I don't think anybody would vote me to do it. So I think out of all of us, I think probably Katie would be the best Fratchelorette. I think she would be really good at it.
I think Katie too. But honestly, I'm just gonna say I would love to be one. I don't know if you guys are continuing the show or anyone else is gonna continue the show, but if they are, like, I'll be at those Fratchelorette auditions.
I would be
showing up.
I agree.
I would said that at the beginning of the season. I was like, listen, this is an idea. Like,
if it doesn't work out between me and Eddie, like,
Boys trying.
Bachelorette since freshman year, since first season came out. I think it would be a great idea. I would love to do it. I think it would be super fun. I just can't see myself doing it.
Yeah, no,
Though, I agree with Eddie. If Bella wasn't graduating, it's so funny. Like, these men would not know what hit them.
That's true.
I was such an advocate for the Fratchelorette this semester, and Mary said no.
No, I definitely think we should.
I would
So
definitely do
funny.
it. 110% I would be a Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine 12 frat guys?
Okay,
like,
but
hear
we
me out,
don't
we
need
all-
to-
Well, I'll end this now because it's getting off topic. Because starting to run out of time. So how about if everyone just wants to say like their most memorable moment? Yeah, that's right. Their favorite moment from this season, whether it be on camera, off camera. What was your favorite moment from this whole experience? Anyone can start.
All of our bonding nights, you know, we'd always just like hang out and like get together and stuff and just like bond and like, you know, get to know each other. And we became like so close through all those like times we hung out and stuff. And then we would just goof off camera, you know, like when we were filming and stuff, like we'd hang out like after filming and everything too, you know, and beforehand. I don't know. I don't have one memory that I can like say. The whole experience has just been super awesome. So
Yeah, no, I would definitely say like all the bonding was just so great and so fun getting to know not just us but also the crew. But also I thought my one-on-one, I thought that was so funny and it was just so great. And then honestly the group chat with the Jeopardy, I thought that was really funny too. I guess the chaotic ones are my favorites because they're just more fun, I feel like.
I think like all of us trying to learn the Renegade was hilarious. I have a video of that. That was one of my favorite moments, but also meeting Eddie because he asked me how I was like 4 times. And that honestly just made my year.
Pretty iconic, so.
Yeah, I think for me, probably meeting all the girls the first day was really special. Not only because I was like super nervous the entire day. I was texting Mary. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say. Like, I don't know what to do. But I think that was really memorable. Even though it was hard learning names at first. Just like having that just start off the rest of the semester for us was really special.
You got it on the first night, all of our names.
I know.
Very good.
I was proud of myself.
Before the bros ceremony started, him and Mark were like going over the names. Like he was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, he got them all right.
Or, Nikki, like he was like saying all the names, and then like, so eventually he got it. But
Oh yeah, when I first met you guys, I like. You would say the name, but then I would just like, I don't know why, I would just freeze and just not remember it. So like going down when I first met you guys, that was hard.
Overwhelming.
No,
for sure.
literally.
I think one of my favorite things was like every time after filming, whether it was with like a couple people or a ton of people when we go out and get food. I remember like one time a bunch of us went and like had gotten like pho and like all got really deep with each other. And then there was more like, you know, days and nights and whatever like that. And I just think like getting like actually close with people, because honestly going into this, I was like, are people gonna be like cliquey, or like what are we all gonna be against each other? And it really just ended up, we just kept getting closer and closer, and anything that like was hard that came about like ended up making us like stronger as friends. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
Well, I think we're about out of time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to the Fratchelor audience so much for joining us. Hopefully we'll have some bloopers out on YouTube eventually, and hopefully we'll also have some behind the scenes of episode 4 for you as well. So thank you guys so much, to the cast, to the crew, to the audience, and not guaranteeing it, but maybe see you next semester for Fratchelorette.
Yes.
Yes.
Bye. Thank
Yay.
you. Bye.
Anyways, you should give it a watch. You should give the first season and the second season.
It's Jupiter.
I will.
It's our season.
I will.
Right now, we're trying to convince our producer and director, Mary and Hannah, to do a Fratchelorette where it's 12 frat guys and one like woman.
That would be entertaining.
Wow.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
They said the only way
We can now get Chris Harrison to tell Mary and Hannah to do that.
I told the ladies the only way that I would agree, so I'm the producer, the only way I would agree to do the Fratchelorette is if Chris Harrison himself tells me to do it.
Really? So we gotta get Chris to tell you?
Yeah.
If Chris tells me to do it, I will do it. I'm genuinely serious.
Well, you have some outstanding ladies here that could be a great lead, I feel like.
I agree.
So.
Well, I agree, but you see, I have another, so that's why I would, of course, say yes if Chris Harrison told me to. You are wonderful as well. Don't get me wrong. You are wonderful as well.
You'd have all our help.
Tyler has more clout than
Tyler does have way more clout. I agree.
So what? So when is the Fratchelor gonna air on Netflix?
Try YouTube.
No, the moment where you get a full season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of us are West Side, so.
Well, is that producer good at making up some crap or what?
Oh,
Yeah, script writing is so funny.
I say that it definitely, I stirred the pot a bit. Absolutely. We were just talking about it. If you watch the show, you could see first episode I made them vote a girl out of the house. And then what else did I make?
Damn, you are evil. You belong on the team.
Hey, if you could get me a job.
Internship.
So when are you guys gonna make the Love Is Blind spoof?
Ooh, wait,
that would be something.
No, that would be something.
Cable 8, it would be horrible, but
Yeah, you didn't say no to Love Is Blind. You said no to Fratchelorette. So
We're just gonna say, if Chris Harrison FaceTimes us, that's our
Yeah,
thing.
no, Tyler, literally, if you can get, I don't know how often you actually talk to Chris. If you can get Chris.
Not much.
Not much, yeah, no, I figured the whole, him going to Madison.
Shot anyways, you know.
Something.
Him what?
Because remember, he went to Madison's house, and I was like, you don't just, Chris Harrison doesn't just show up at some random gal's house.
sure he does.
Yeah, well, no, I mean,
Chris Harrison's a love fairy. You can just show up anywhere, apparently.
Love. I believe it. I mean, I'm waiting for him to come knock on my door and say, "Hey, Mary." So I bet Eddie. What if Chris Harrison told you to go after Bella? Obviously, say yes.
Yeah, I would say yes.
So I'm just chopping liver. It doesn't matter what I say. It just matters what Chris Harrison says.
Oh my God, you mean so much to me, Tyler. Don't
Nah,
worry. No, don't worry.
you're just saying that because you're trying to get me into good side producer. Then you're gonna use it against me.
No, I would never use anything against you, Tyler. Cameron.
Yeah, that's what.
Right now. No, your word means so much, but like the deal was that Chris Harrison told me. I didn't make it I made it so specific, so specifically specific that it couldn't happen.
Well, here, this is what y'all do. Y'all fire your producer, get a new one, do whatever the hell y'all want to do.
You
I can't.
Welcome back.
You cannot trust Mary at all.
No,
Apparently not.
he called out. I kept saying, I don't know. They trusted me.
Can we vote Mary off and
I
become a producer?
Mary is literally
Welcome to the party.
saved this. Mary saved the show like the first
No,
season.
we're gonna fire Mary. I'm taking over as lead producer.
You know what, Tyler? I'm totally okay with you.
Oh my god.
Tyler, do you want to switch lives really quick? Do you want to?
Hold on. Where are you? Where are you located?
I'm located in Seattle, Washington.
Nah, I'm good. Well, I'm gonna get ready for bed. You guys enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks for coming.
Nice meeting you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye. Remember one thing: fire Mary. Get rid of Mary.
No.
Hashtag fire Mary.
Just kidding, Mary. Thank you guys for inviting me.
Thank you.
Bye, John.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
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 Oh, did not know who he was. Same Alabama voice.